Night gamers. Alrighty. Let me... Yep, that seems like it is working just fine. Holy mother of... I started in the reception room and there's 3 people standing directly on top of me. Hello, Nez. Happy first. Enjoy the pixie sticks. Noticing a slight glitch on the purple app's end of things. Let me make sure my clock app chat is working. It looks like it is, though I need... Yep, alright, I made it a little bit bigger so it's more readable. Good stuff.
Where should we go next?
Well, we're about to decide that in a few minutes, Penguin. Well, not Penguin. No, this guy's John Enfield. I almost forgot. Alright. There we go. I am now here properly. I'm only temporarily looking off to the side so I can... what's the right word? So I can use the correct method to insert a description for the red app or red website or however you want to put it. So, interesting things. Today, there was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Sorry, I saw a name. But today, something kind of huge in the sense that we have received an official date and announcement for the dev stream for the 1.2 update at the Wake of Spring. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream it because it releases at 6:30 in the morning here, which I will be... the thing is it takes me a bit to set up stream. So if I want to do that, I'm going to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, which I have done before. But I don't know if I want to do that for a hobby. Let me see. I need to also make sure... What day is it, too? It is on a Monday. Or wait. No, it's not. It's on Saturday. It is on a day that I stream. So who knows? If I'm feeling particularly, I don't know, weird, I could do it. It wasn't a stream. Is it not a stream? It's the version preview special program. Well, it says it is like a stream, like they released it as a stream. They're not actually streaming it. But it's a previewed video that is launched as a stream. People call it the dev stream because it releases live, if I'm recalling correctly. They almost never do that stuff without it being pre-recorded. People still call them streams just because it is, you know, launched as a live stream. With like a live chat and everything. How do you do dailies in this game? This thing. This is basically your dailies. There's plenty of other things you can do daily if you're looking for what specifically can be Aura Barrel providing. I did make a short on that. Thank you for the follow, JCat. But yeah, Diamond King, by the color theme, maybe Fangy next patch. This is what I'm coping with. You see, I'd be coping with it not being Fangy, but I'm almost 100% certain that it is going to be Fangy, so... Not because I have any insider information, but just because, like, I've heard it's a bigger update. Well, bigger update, they usually want to put a bigger character with it. And then on top of that, there's all this other stuff. Is there more events? Like, coming out or Do you mean just do more events exist in the game, period? In which case, technically, yes to both of those, I think. I just don't know if it's, you know, exactly what you want coming out. I believe there should be. I don't remember. I know at the very least for 1.2 there's more coming out, but I don't know about during 1.1 if there's any more. There is an event calendar that I took a screenshot of and then posted somewhere or put in a video somewhere. Brain no work. There you go. Alright, so for version 1.1, the event calendar does not show... oh, survival training. There's a survival training event that should start within the next few days. Pull just once on Rossi? Not happening. But yeah, so the survival training event is probably going to be the next one that gets this. Burger ham, yes. Instead of hamburger, it is burger ham. Why not? Assuming someone has not been on in forever. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, just straight up, I'm gonna let you all know, if I ever remove you from my friends list, it's probably just because you weren't online for like 3 to 4 weeks. Well, what's your time on the cleaning event? Fast enough for whatever the trim metal is. Oh, it doesn't even show. Oh no, here it is. A minute 14 for the last level. The first one I think I took forever. Hey, mouse got some crazy time. Nice. And then this one I was so slow. I kept missing jumps. Yeah, ooh, 128, nice. What do you plan on doing this stream? This stream's gonna be pretty simple in the sense that, like, it's not gonna be too long because I'm not feeling very good. Anyone who saw the Discord, I'm not very specific, but it's just, I am ill, but not in a way that affects my voice, luckily. So I can talk just as much as usual, but I'm probably going to stream for less time. Not probably, I most likely am. So I was just going to do some dailies, chatting with you guys about the upcoming dev stream. We obviously don't know for sure the stuff that's coming out into it. You can look at the name of this actual like stream. Now I know it's technically not a stream. It's technically a video that is released in the form of a live stream with a live chat. But the color scheme definitely looks like it's dropping Fangy. Straight up, like it has the leak coloring. It looks like her pants. So it's got that like bright like lime greenish look. And that immediately causes that association. There's been rumors about Fangy. I mean, the rumors are sourced from the fact that the upcoming patch is a large patch. No Rossi then. Most likely, no Rossi for your boy. I heard Fangy first, which is really gonna hurt. Crazy. That's actually insane. If they release her first, it's gonna be so funny. It is. It's gonna be hilarious. In like a terrible, horrible way. But yeah, I will not be pulling for Rossi. Assuming that Fangy is releasing that. I will instead be pulling for Fangy. And it looks like, as far as free-to-play players go, most people are going to end up having to pick between Rossi or her. Yeah, so because almost all players are into Rossi, yeah, 100%. If Fangy is first, then it is going to be pretty dreadful for them. I mean, it might even be dreadful for me. I think I only have like 80 pulls at the moment. So if I'm unlucky enough, I might end up in a situation where I'm like grinding through the update for pulls. Though if it's a bigger update, then it's probably going to end up having more pulls in it anyway. The last one was also very front heavy, so we'll see. But the same guy says Mifu, we built to support Fangy, which I don't think is right. It depends, because there's plenty of circumstances in which characters that are... Because I saw some people say Mifu is a physical character. I don't know if that's true or not. But there are plenty of physical hybrid support characters in the game. I think Mifu will be a physical operator. She might be, I don't know. Also gonna get my gifts.
Enderman, take this.
But yeah, at the very least, there's a chance of getting Rossi if I lose the 50-50 on Fangy's banner.
I brought you something.
At least there's that. So, worst case, I will instead wait for like a reroll or rerun. Rossi is such a popular character, she will probably get a rerun very quickly once they start doing reruns.
Got any insider news? Come on, don't really sorry.
Fangy will have a sword. I think she'll have a great sword.
Got time for a nice dinner.
Gonna have to spend some ore geometry if Fangy's gonna be first. Yeah, I might be forced to. Because like, as you can see, I've only got, I think I've got like 70 pulls, not even 80. Well, I have 80 because of her having the expiring pulls. So, there's that. That was another thing. It's like, it is the question of... If Fangy is literally the first character, there is an element of questioning, which is it worth it to spend 30 pulls to attempt to get Rossi, that then gives me a dossier that gives me 10 pulls on Fangy? Because then, it's like this whole, like, deal where it's like, okay, it's a gamble, because you have a lower chance to get Fangy, but a higher chance to get an associated weapon that you want. It's not worth it. Well, that's the question. It's what is the priority? Because for Fangy, I don't think it's worth it. Because the 30 pulls could be spent on her to get closer to guaranteeing her. And also, you could spend those 30 pulls and still not guarantee Rossi, right? But, of course, for the weapon pulls, you get 10 more, period. Which is, at minimum, it's 380 more Arsenal tickets, assuming the worst possible luck. Plus, update should drop like 10 pulls, and the extra ore barrel from new content might gain 10 more. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been used to so far, is, that for 1.1. I don't know if they're going to drop an event that's going to give like 10 more pulls. Update compensation. I think last time they did update compensation, it was almost a pull worth. It was like, what, 400 ore barrel, 300, something like that. So it's not like a small amount, but it's not extremely substantial either. It's just all adding up is the thing. We're trying to,
will carve a path for us.
get all of that adding up.
Let's go over the battle.
Let's look at you. Nope. Okay, cool. I'm gonna absolutely... As you can see, I swapped my advanced combat records. I wanted to instead get the lower level ones because I have a lot of units that I'm trying to level up for De Jong purposes. And I do not feel like spending my sanity on doing that.
will carve a path for us.
I would much rather...
Let's go over the battle plan. A valuable battle.
just have it like this.
My fighting spirit has been stirred. Whether on the battlefield or elsewhere, this is an honor. Thank you for your trust, Administrator.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm
I'll prove that
100%
this trust
going
is
to
well
max this
placed
guy
for my
out or
actions
get
on
him
the
to
front
level
lines.
cap of 90 just to get the De Jong perks, which is funny. My Pog is P1. I don't know how I got him. I mean, I like Pog. So like I'm not gonna refuse to level him up just because I'm not using him right now. Because if a chance comes up where I can use him, I will.
The flying Miss
Absolutely.
Messenger got a special letter for you.
Ooh. Boy may have overestimated his T-cred values.
I shall
So I know.
pray for you.
I can just do this once. Actually, twice. Still haven't pulled plug. Really wish they would add more basic pulls. Always add it to your surveys. Specifically ask for that. Because a lot of people feel the same, and as long as people make their stance clear on it, because realistically, more basic pulls won't take away from...
Sanitize the corruption. Passion supercharged. One more shot. Prayer has ended. Opening button. Let's flip the world.
Yeah, realistically, it shouldn't take away in terms of value to have. Still in your roles. Great.
Victory is ours.
Alright.
Time for a
Hi,
selfie.
Ness.
My
What's with that
prayers have
damage?
been answered.
What do you mean?
Gathering data.
I'm not doing the rotation, if that's what you mean.
Sanitize the corruption.
I'm just kind of spamming everything.
Let's flip the world.
All critical. I'm playing Yvonne, and I build for crit rate.
Passion supercharged. Finish with the fight.
Her ult increases her crit chance and her crit damage. So I build for crit rate,
Time for a
and
selfie.
then I build for stats.
We can now
Once I hit a certain point at crit rate, where it's like I'm hitting almost all crits. Because if you get, I don't know, I think it's like 50% crit rate on your own, then her ult gives you up to 30% crit rate, which is good. It's very good. It's very nice. Filled out the survey. Love how deep they dive, but I haven't played long enough to know if the dev's here. Well, as of update 1.1, they heard stuff that was already updated, or like they heard complaints from 1.0 and made, I counted, because people, Hey Catboy, welcome in. Allow me to, just be a little guy real quick. I made a video that was like, hey guys, go fill out the survey. You get free Aura Barrel. You get to tell the devs what the problems are with the game, right? If you feel there are problems, or if there are things you like that you want to make sure they don't change. Then, I get people that are commenting, and there's this one guy who's like, oh yeah, they don't change anything. They've never changed anything based on the surveys. And I sat there, and I outlined 17, just off the top of my head, 17 different things that they changed in 1.1 based on survey results. There are most certainly more, and I combined several into one thing if it felt like it was a similar thing. Like there was a bunch of UI changes based on different pieces of feedback, but I only just said UI changes as one of the things, for example. So, you know, it's clear that, like, we don't know to what extent they listen, or to what extent they're willing to change how they make the game. But we know that they're clearly paying attention, at least at the moment. Love giving money to devs that listen to their players. I'll still buy No Man's Sky again and again. That one's a funny one, because, yeah, that one was a nightmare to start, but now is like, I got it when it was doing really poorly. For very cheap, and then it was basically an investment because I bought No Man's Sky while it was selling low, and then they added a bunch of updates to it and the price went up for the game, which is funny. I've spent more time filling the surveys than doing anything with the gacha. That's really funny. Grifter would be grifting. These centers don't know crap and they don't care. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know, some people are a little bit, I don't know, is judgmental the word? They don't really think too much or like look into things when they see something. They're kind of like, hello, I see this, here is my opinion based on no other information. And it's like, you know, you could just look into it for 5 minutes.
Ciao.
If you care enough to comment about it on some random guy's YouTube video, you could look it up for about 5 minutes and realize, hey, maybe that thing I was about to say is a little dumb. Makes me look like a little dummy. And then you wouldn't say it, and then boom, all's good.
Got time for a nice dinner. Don't make it a secret. I'm really sorry.
This Y-axis transport.
I got something new for you. Operator Zai talked to the toaster again.
Oh yes, your boy is a max level authority, which is, you know, we're balling.
I warned you before.
Actually balling. How do I get sandleaf for my dense powders? I'm quite new. If you have not made it to the power plateau zone yet, that is the zone that has sandleaf in it. If you have made it there, then you can get sandleaf by running around the map. It's very, very common in that zone. It's all over the place.
Got time for a nice
Once you do that, you can then put it in a normal like seed harvester and plant and crop grower.
There's a secret reason for the incident.
Okay, no, I haven't been there yet. All right, then don't worry about it until you get there. You are all good. Thanks. You're very welcome. Enjoy your time playing the game. Oh, Actually, no. I'm good for now. I don't have to worry too much about stockpiling. I'm gonna, as soon as you get one piece of the planet, you can make infinite loops really easily. Yes. So, gamers, I'm gonna stockpile, and then I'm going to intentionally let my savings build up right before we get all of the, right before we get the update, basically. That way, I can instantly up my prosperity. Very easily. Yeah, that should make things a lot more simple for me. Because the prosperity doesn't carry over.
I'm really sorry. This Y-axis already broke.
Designed by Mr.
I warned
Andre
you. I got
himself.
something new for you. Operator Zai.
Oh yeah. I should make some purchases. Oh, that's really smart. I need to start doing that. Yeah, I mean, there's only been one update, so I was gonna say like, oh, I started doing it in 1.1, and then I was like, well, there's only been one update, so I can't have possibly done it before then. I guess you could do it for like if you're quest locked or something, but then you could just, I don't know, complete the quest. Not a ton of incentive to do that. Environment monitoring. Let's go to the foul beast. Who's your second favorite character in this game right now? Probably Yvonne, and my favorite is Fangy. Such a hound for progress. I always just think number must go up. Yeah, I always try to make sure number go up quickly. Hi. I'm going to assume, based on the capitals, that your name is Joe Torres? I'm not 100% sure, though. I thought future character Li Juan was gonna be a main DPS. Leak said it was support. Honestly, I'll be real with you, I don't know anything about the leaks. I don't worry about them. In fact, I don't even recognize the name that you're talking about. Is that one of the two unknown characters, and is it the man or the woman? How trustworthy are the leaks, though? I've heard they're basically guesses. For the most part, they are. Some useful information has been shared, but it's usually not complete information. Which means it could also just be people guessing based on the company, because the company has been around for a while, so they might do some predictable things every now and then. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, like I'm not 100% sure. It's the same, like most of my guesses are based on trailer footage and my personal wants and wishes. For example, Fang Yi, I don't have an electric team, so I'm like, it'd be great if she was electric in nature, because that's, you know, that's Gironite, right? It's a form of power that is brought about through carbon and nature and all that stuff, and then also it would fit the vibe of it, right? So her being primarily electric with some nature-based stuff would be cool. It would also combo well with Ardelia, Gilberto, or both of them, depending on how things go, right? And Fluorite. All those are characters I like, right? So, assuming that it's she's a main DPS, I'd want that. There's also supposedly, I don't remember it, but someone said that in the trailer it looked like she was using a greatsword, which I love woman with greatsword. So, you know, I'm not going to complain about that one. I'll take it. Her being electric would make cool parallel with Soup Soup too. Potentially. I'm unaware of, I guess like, because electric and water or ice, that type too. The man's name is Camille or something, or at least that's what the questionable leak says. Gotcha. I mean, he looks cool. I like the fact that they've got a dude coming up. Unfortunately, he just happens to come out within a patch of Fang Yi. Like, sorry, bud, but looks like I'm not too worried about you. Yeah, like whether he comes out in this upcoming patch or 1.3, Caspian. Game name, Arknights Endfield. I think the Clock app links it somewhere. Though I multi-stream, so I can't directly see where it's supposed to link it. But it usually does. At least it asks me. It's like, hey, what game you playing? And I put what game I'm playing. Is it available on mobile? Yes, this game is available on mobile. I'm not 100% sure if it has enough, if it's like properly cross-platform. Like, I don't know if you make a mobile account, if you can still play on console or PC yet. I know it's something that people are asking for, so it'll probably be put in the works if it isn't available yet. But yeah, they do have it available for mobile. How many updates do you think will come before 2.0 if you had to guess? 2 more. So I think 1.2 and 1.3. My thought process is based on the silhouettes they showed. It looks like the silhouettes are supposed to be the new characters coming in the 1.x updates. My only thought process for, is this gacha game free to play? Yes. You can play on PC if you have a mobile account. Cool. All right, sick. The white-haired girl, Lycia, I think, is who you're talking about. I've seen people mention the name of that character. I don't really know much about them, though. Brain not functioning properly. Oh, yes. So if they do a 1.4, it would probably be a more chill update, and it might be with a rerun of a banner. What's the name again? I'll look it up now. Lycia, I think. L-Y-C-I-A. I could be misremembering it, but that's what I think I... Oh.
Where, oh where am I looking? Is the lore good?
I think it's good. I think it's good enough that I've collected every piece of written lore in the entire game. I completely forgot about her. We have had another operator introduced. Yes, but not introduced as playable. And usually characters like that, they don't let you play them for a while. They'll tease her, then they'll tease her again later. Maybe a couple more times. And then they'll do enough teases to where they're like, oh, cool, we're going to build up to this huge thing where this character is going to be playable now. And it's usually something they will plan over. It could be 1 year, it could be several. We only had one tease of Rossi, though. yes, but Rossi was a character who we actively were like working alongside. This character is someone who, it's the type of tease you're talking about. Rossi didn't show up mysteriously, hinting having a past relationship with Enman, and then leave, right? Rossi showed up, was directly involved in the conflict, and was an active participant in the events of Valley 4, as someone who was also invested in Enman. Lycia is a character who's established to be kind of on the periphery, where, like, she's there, she's around, but she's supposed to be in the background. We don't know much about her. She's intentionally mysterious. They're not going to give it away by immediately throwing her into a 1.x update. Right? Oh yes, it is her. Thanks, Dix. Now I know her name. Thanks so much. You're very welcome. I only heard the name from, like, comments and stuff. I heard of Arknights before the tower defense one. Is this game connected to it? Directly via lore. This game is a sequel, but not a direct sequel. It comes up after the events. The only hint we get of her is in the comics. Exactly. Like, the comics, and also Perlica saying that she used to work with Enfield and doesn't anymore. Which, that also, another thing, you have to remember, the characters are, they appear on Dejong. So, the characters that we get appear on Dejong. I don't think they're going to, you know, say all that stuff. Or, like, I don't think they're going to go through that much trouble just to, like, you know, they're not going to keep going on about a strained relationship just to be like, oh yeah, now she's in Dejong for some reason. Because you have her. I was so curious about the lore when I played this. I watched the anime Arknights to get an idea. Gotcha. I've been tempted to do that because the tower defense game, unfortunately, I'm just not a huge tower defense guy. And also, the lore is very much, like, dense and written, with not a lot of voice acting. Which, I don't mind reading written lore, as I'm sure y'all could tell. But, it's, like, to an extent, and also, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to do that. Recently, I've been reading a lot, because I've been not feeling well. So, you know, if I have free time, it's like, oh yes, I should read. And then I also find enjoyable things to read. April 11th, and the theme is giving Fangy. Yes, agreed, Marky. But yeah, so recently I read through all of Lord of Mysteries again. All Lord of the Mysteries. The whole novel. Just chunked through all 8 volumes. And then I've read the first volume of Circle of Inevitability. If people are not familiar with that, it's a very, very popular series of web novels. Like, Lord of the Mysteries, I think each chapter is around 2,000 to 2,500 words. And then there's around 1,400 chapters available. It is finished. Circle of Inevitability, also finished, roughly the same length for each chapter. And then there's like 1,200 chapters. So, lots of reading material. It's very nice. I enjoy lots of reading material. Beans. Yes, beans. Is 2,500 words per chapter a lot? For most web novels, yes. Usually they're around 1,500 to 2,000. So it's pretty dense, and also the words actually matter. They're not talking to talk. If something is mentioned, which I really like about the author, if something is mentioned, it matters. Like, if they have enough reason to give you a person's name, that person has some degree of significance. Be it minor or major. So, I like it. The way they do world building and stuff is cool. I skipped, oh wait. What if she's, let me see. I think the other Arknights game has a budget like Endfield, but they use the budget on the anime. That'd be funny. What if she's in first phase? The free play players who pulled on Tangtang or Rossi's kind of doomed. Yeah, I pulled on Tangtang. I will be pulling for Fangy if she's first phase. And I will be hoping I get her. I should be fine, but who knows, we'll see. I skipped Rossi's story because I'm tired of every character glazing Envin. I need to understand, is glazing just complimenting, or is glazing, like, over-complimenting? Specifically. Because if you're saying they're over complimenting Endman, you must remember, Endman is like, I mean, Endman is basically Lisan al-Gaib. Like, he's basically fucking Originium Messiah in this, like, both in terms of the moral aspect as well as the impact on the general trajectory of humanity. Like, very clearly, Enfield is not some perfectly morally good company, but at the same time, the progress is undeniable. Yes, I'm good, Sean. Skip story because I'm. Oh wait, no, that's what you already just said. Yes. Yes. Pumpkin's being a little creature, a cretin, if you will. But yeah, like, so if you're complaining because they're glazing the character that basically saved all of their lives and built a, like, essentially, De Jong is basically sci-fi Noah's Ark. In a sense. It obviously doesn't have everyone, but it carries the possibility and it carries the ability to significantly terraform and live on these planets. Because they are terraforming. Like, whenever you put, like, the AIC down, it's reforming the area. I assume that's probably how they build a lot of other stuff, too. Even though the AIC is relatively new technology, they don't even mention its capability to do that, which makes me think it's probably standard. The ability to use Originium as power and a lot of the stuff built around it seems to have literally been designed either with Endman's direct supervision or their own ability. So, I don't think it's glazing to talk about all the good things they did. Also, I don't think it, you definitely don't have to ignore the very sketchy things either. While I don't think they're necessarily like a tyrant like Nefereth said, they very much are not pure flowers and rainbows, you know what I mean? Or sunshine and rainbows, that's what it is, yeah. Sunshine and rainbows. I'm drinking water. I'm hydrating. Didn't they spread rock cancer and start selling the only medicine that fixes it? Endman is not directly connected to the spreading of rock cancer. Because we don't know who Endman is. Some people think Endman is Doctor, which if I remember correctly, Doctor is related to rock cancer from the original Arknights game, but also Doctor was not intentionally spreading rock cancer. Or I should say, like, yeah, like, if Endman is spreading rock cancer, it's not through because they want to spread rock cancer. It's because Originium is the best source of power in the... just period. Like, it's the best source of power humanity has. There used to not be medicine to fix it. Now, because there is medicine, as long as you live in a civilized area, even if you get erypathy, it's basically just slightly more uncomfortable. The original trailer of Enfield called Endman as Doctor. Is that the official trailer for the game, though? Because you say the original trailer of Enfield. Because, I mean, if that's the case, like the very early trailer, yeah, if it was mentioned in that and then never mentioned again, it makes me question it. Personally. Because a very early trailer tends to not be the complete game. I also don't know the context. All I know is that apparently they were referred to as Doctor at some point, which is not just the name of a single character. It is official, yeah, but I imagine the story direction was not set in stone. That's what I mean, though. Like, it's no, how do I put it? Like, for example, there are combat trailers in which some characters that we know haven't met in the story yet are like fighting side by side or whatever. These can be official trailers, but not have like a, you know, canon thing with the story. So if the story wasn't set in stone, I'm not inclined to believe the Endman is the Doctor unless it's directly stated in a place we can verify as like, hey, this isn't like an advertisement, this is lore. It's also possible, I don't know, keep in mind, I didn't play the original game, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But if a lot of characters are reconveners made out of Originium, or spawned from Originium, it's also possible that Endman is the equivalent of a reconvener from Doctor's memories, or at least some of them, right? In which case, Endman is not Doctor, because we've already established Lavatine is not Surtur. Right? In that sense, because they're not the same person. Even if they possess some of the same memories, which, by the way, fucking John Endfield over here doesn't even possess the same memories. Amnesiac ass. So... humanity when they reach level 3 civilization, Endfield? If it was civilization type 1.5. Yeah, their civilization isn't very advanced. Their technology is. That's something important too. The technology's advanced, but every time they build a civilization, that shit gets like fucking annihilated. They don't really, if I recall, a lot of civilization types are usually based on obviously the ability to, like, you know, have a civilization and be and like spread and stuff like that. So kind of limited. They don't really have a lot of control over that. Too many planet destroying disasters and stuff, I guess. Okay. Well, if Alesh could give me Blue 1, that would be great. Also, it's just all this. For this too. Oh, hi, Odelia.
A moment of your time, Endman?
Nice, thank you. Let's see if there's anyone else with gifts. Catcher, alright.
It's just some minor gifts, Endman.
Weapon sweets. I'm really sorry.
Alrighty. What am I wanting to do in this present moment? Oh, you know what? Here, one second. Man, look at all this lovely stuff. I've got almost 40 gold medals. What do you think the male to female ratio will be like? Sorry, I have 7 TV, and the ratio is Rolk kicking someone in the face during the final encounter of Vow of the Disciple. And so it just says, what do you think the male to female? And then it's just a kick. And then a subsequent explosion and annihilation of a teammate. But yes, will be like for playable characters. Well, let's look at what we've got for the standards real quick, because I think it's 2 to 3 for the standards. Then for the limiteds,
Still waiting for something?
1 to what, like 8? 9. It's 1 to 9. Yeah, so for limiteds it's 1 to 9 so far, and for standards it's 2 to 3. So, I mean, it looks like 25% of the characters are going to be guys, at least so far. Or wait, no, that's not how that works. It's like 20%, I think. Yeah, not 25. Because in total, there's 15 characters. And then 3 of them are, and so 20%? That seems fair enough. It seems higher than usual, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, I guess that's for 6 stars.
Original will carve a path for
Let's
us.
see. I mean, for lower star characters, we've got plenty. We have quite a few. Let me just count the number of male characters I have, and then add 2 to the final ratio. Because I have every guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 5, 6, 7. I'm stupid. Alright. How is the baguette lung? I don't know what that is. If you really think about it, Wheeling City is a really great city to live in. Everyone's friendly. Just great. Yes. Friendliness is good. So 7 out of 25 operators. Which, I mean, that's more than 25%. But then again, that guy hasn't come out yet. So we're waiting on... We've got 4 more characters coming. So it's actually 8 out of 29. So closer, yeah, it's still higher than 25%. Yeah, 6, 7. Herder. But yeah, so I'd say 20 to 25% sounds good.
Got any insider news? Come on, don't make it a secret.
Maybe we should add a few of the machines at this point.
Let's take a look-see.
I'm really sorry.
There isn't really, there's like nothing to do, but it's more like I was like, is there any more ways for me to get ore barrel as I am now? And to be honest, there really isn't. I could try and get a character skill up a little bit. Are there any character
Still waiting
skills
for
that,
something?
ooh, I guess, Gilberta,
Ciao.
she has one that I'm like barely almost able to handle. Then again though, I'm gonna need protahedrons, so. Oh, how is the Pumpkin the Long? Yes. He is currently sitting directly behind me, like some kind of creature, looking over my shoulder at the computer. Occasionally he stretches and places his paws either on my shoulder or on the back of my chair, because he has a bed on like a little mini desk that I still use that is situated directly behind me. Did you complete all the thank you, Diamond King. You came up with another thing that has Aura Barrel. Nice. I still have that to do. Lovely. You can arrange your pylons so they connect in 90 degrees. But I like it when they look all goofy. I like it when they look stupid. Little spider webs. Spider webs. Okay. Someone mentioned doing it one thing at a time. I'll do that. Are you describing a monster or a sleep paralysis demon? What do you mean? Be specific. There are many things that fit into both categories, but also hate Stixy. I mean, you can call me as you please. I will address myself as Stix. What you doing? I am doing plant things. Yeah, you can call me whatever you want, as long as it's, you know, not offensive to me. There's some extra pepper on the hills. What, up here? I think there is. It's this one, right? Or no? Well, I guess you could technically get some stuff from the buff bars, too. There you go. Sticks. Yes. Oh, hey, Sticks Man, what's up? What's up, gamer? Okay. So there be you. Which ones? Okay, so I guess Scorch Bugs. Bamboo Scouts. Energized Aggregate. Sting. Yeah, okay. I can go to the Alluvium. Over here. How's your week so far? I haven't been able to comment on stream usually because of bugs. That's unfortunate. It's been pretty good. How about yours, Sanai? I sent some messages to you in Discord as I can't talk right now. Just wanted to say hi. I can talk later with you anyways. Hope you have a great day. Same to you, gamer. Enjoy your time. I will check those out when I am done streaming. I recently picked up a guitar and I'm enjoying spring break. It's pretty nice. Let's go. Love that. There was a time in which I played instruments very long ago. It's pretty good. I don't remember much of it anymore though. I think it was viola, cello.
Hey.
It was viola, it was cello. And I think it was... I forget what the instrument was called. And the Discord link is in the description. Yes, it should be. There's a card link. That'll link to everything, including the Discord, and then sometimes there's an actual separate Discord link. There's a lot of Scorch Bugs in the hills from over Team Sirens Park on the way to Origin Load Spring. Oh, look at that, why not? Also, what's the origin behind your look and name, and how's that little rascal Pumpkin? So Pumpkin, doing great. Sitting directly behind me, watching over my shoulder like a creature. As far as the origin for my look, I don't know if... So I made, when I was younger, in, I don't know, I think it was like middle school or something, there were these little masks, that we used to mess with in like art classes every grand like while there'd be a large difference in time, and they were always like white masks that you would basically layer over each other and stuff. I think it was similar to paper mache, but I don't know if it was exactly paper mache. And I used to like turning them into masks and then intentionally breaking them because I thought it looked cool or whatever. And so that is literally what it's based on, is a broken mask. There's also some degree of symbolism behind it, but I will leave that for others to figure out on their own. But in terms of the inspiration for the look itself, there's that. The name, I just like it. I like the name. It's a name that other people do not have, so I used it as a username. And then I used it as a name as a content creator. So it became my name. It is a name that is pretty much exclusively associated with me.
That sound?
That one looks tough.
So. Do you have any hobbies? I love to read. I like to read novels. I like to read manga, manhwa. Of course, I like video games. Video games are cool. I like watching documentaries, typically focused on nature. Like nature documentaries. I like dinosaurs, underwater animals, that kind of thing. That's cool. Breaking Masks. I love arts as well. I love the design. Thank you. Yes, the golden flaming eye, by the way, is also it looks cool. Oh, hello.
What's that sound?
Do you have any hobbies? Is such a funny question. It's not a bad question. It's just a very funny question to think about, because it's like, I could just be like, yes. But I know that what you actually mean is, what hobbies do you have? That's the intent. I recommend Half-Life History by Kyle Hill. It's the best documentary ever. What's it about? Half-Life History makes me think it's radiation-based. Because of the half-life of certain elements.
Hey.
Any outdoor hobbies? Funny you say that. Honestly, none that I still enjoy. I used to like going to the beach. I live in Florida, so. But, I don't know. When I was younger, the parental figure, the parental caretaker that I lived with, would basically make it a habit to throw all of the kids outside for pretty much the entire day. Whenever it became convenient to do so. So I basically, like, and it was to the extent where it's like, oh yes, you are, you know, you're drinking out the hose, you are, just stand out in the heat. It's like, okay, cool, let me sit in the shade so I don't either get a bunch of sunburns or die of heat stroke. So it's like, yeah. I did not have a very positive relationship with going outside, except for going to the beach. There are some times when I look at the scenery outside and I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice. But at least with where I live, I think if I lived somewhere cooler, that was like cooler year round, I would like it more. But I don't, so I don't like it more. I'm not a big fan of most outdoor hobbies. I used to like fishing as well. Or at least I used to like the like aspect of fishing and the hanging out that came along with fishing. I'm not as interested anymore. It is about nuclear, yes. Gotcha. Cool. Yes, yes. We like the smell of petroleum, indeed. So same, we would always be outside because we were Wi-Fi-less farm kids. We would host each other until our hair turned white. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. There's also an aspect of like, because a lot of the things I like doing outside when I was younger, I've kind of touched on this a bit. I don't know if it's like I don't know. I have what feels to me like a severe sense of amnesia, in the sense of like, I don't know if it's selective amnesia, but just I have very bad memory problems. To the extent that I don't really remember like the first half of my life very much at all. So I also don't remember many of these supposed things I would have liked doing outside anyway. Many of the earliest things in my memories are me just in the aspect already of not liking being outside very much, and liking a lot of indoor hobbies. So, that is just kind of baked into me. Be who I be. Yes, that's what I was trying to do. But yeah, I do remember, you know, little snippets of things here and there, but I don't have anywhere to place them. There's no context. Do you journal or write diaries? Nope. I've been recommended to do it, and then I forget. Isn't that something? I've been recommended to do it, so I remember things, and then I forget. So. Boom. I have alarms for pretty much everything I do. I'm gonna spawn these guys, not so I can actually do anything with this. But I want some aggregate in the crafting manual.
Wow, you can actually do that? Our little game here still some serious skills. Your all shall mend. Get ice. He. Power shot. Two.
There we go.
Pew.
A frigid output.
Power shot. Two.
But yes, it's interesting. The name that I call, like, you know how like a lot of VTubers will have like, oh, like I'm like a brain no work. I'm trying to think of a VTuber and I can't think of it. Let's say that they're like, oh, I'm a vampire, or I'm like a cat girl or something like that, right? My version of that, I believe, in terms of the title, is I refer to myself as a mask of fragmented memory. Just because, one, it sounds cool, and also it fits the general idea of what I have for the character design. Oh, I am aware. I have energized aggregate and hard aggregate, but I don't know about hollow aggregate. Maybe I don't have it, or I've never gotten it before. Oh, there it is. False wings. Okay. Interesting. The water lamp glow bulb is pretty easy to get. I just have to go to Wooling. For me, it's the exact opposite. I remember too much. I focus on details, and I do that to clear my mind. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I've recommended journaling to people for that kind of reason as well. I don't know, like, I'll focus on details at times, but it's more like like I can remember the details for times, but there's that. It reminds me of I don't think anyone's gonna understand me saying this. What is a person if not memory? What is a person if not memories? It's a very interesting thought. It's like Ship of Theseus, but it's it's brain of individual. It's like it's also a very interesting thing to have a degree of relation to our good old John Enfield's conundrum. Yeah. Let me... Oh yes, water lamps. Those should be around here. I think they're up here. So I will TP to down here. And then I'll go forward until I get to where the water lamp should be. Because the water lamps are the little floaty things. They're not the guys on the ground. The guys on the ground are different. Water lamps are more specific. Though, I still am missing some fluffed Shinko or whatever. I should definitely pick it up. I don't really remember if I have all the glow bugs I need, but just in case I don't. What is the person, if not memories, implies who we are, if not the past? In a way, that's kind of sad. I mean, not really. It's not who we are, if not the past. It's who are we if we don't remember the past. The same thing can be applied for humanity in general. We as individuals are the culmination of our past triumphs and mistakes, and the learning that comes with that. To an extent, it does raise the question of if you don't remember your past events, are you the same person that you are now if you didn't remember those things? You might, as a core, have many of the same traits, but I would argue you can't be the same person because you don't have the same wealth of information that you're pulling from. You could end up totally different as well if you absorb your memories in a different way. That has been shown in as well. I don't see it as something sad. I think it's just a thing to acknowledge about how memory works. And about how individuals work too. We are, at a core, ourselves, and what makes up us ourselves is the way that we react and the way that we take things forward with us. Yeah, so this is not water lamps. Water lamps are... Okay, so it's not here. I need to... I'm pretty sure. Let me just grab some of these. Okay, well, whatever. It'll end up in my mail or something. I think the reason I do it is because even if they're small, they make me not want to forget. And imagine being old and rereading your diary and going, oh, I did that. Yeah, that's a cool thought. To an extent, that's how I feel about YouTube sometimes. Is it's like, oh. Though my thought process isn't like, oh, if I'm old, it's this. My thought process is more like, here's something that most people might not see of me. Though I guess ironically, more people see this of me than anything else, which is kind of weird to think about. Because I definitely have more people consistently watching my channel than people I know and actively speak to. Actively speaking to, oh jeez, that would be a lot of people. But yeah, in terms of like videos and stuff at least. Why did I do this? Oh, I remember why I did this. It's over here. There's water lamps down under here. Or at least they're down over on the side or something. There's water lamps somewhere around here. I know it. I refuse to believe otherwise. If I'm wrong, it is what it is. Question comes up from this: what defines us? Not remembering the past makes us a different person. In a way, remembering a false past like Lavatane also doesn't define us. This is true. That's what I mean, right? Lavatane, realistically, that is Surtur's body.
Who's the wise guy looking for fight?
Or at the very least, if for all intents and purposes, it's Surtur's body, and she even recovers Surtur's memories. But because of Lavatane's experiences as an individual, as Lavatane, she decides herself, these memories are not something that defines me. This is a different person. I am my own person. She makes that decision herself. Right? The individual who determines that it's a false past is Lavatane herself. She comes up with that determination. And that determination changes who she is as a person. She decides to be a different individual from Surtur. We need to look up water lamp locations. You have... Okay. Okay. Some people are... very odd individuals, let's see. I tried to look up, hey, where do water lamps spawn or whatever, and I see it, and what I see an article that's like, oh, water lamps spawn in Wuling. It's like, what? All right, bro. All right. Real funny. Hope you got a laugh. Oh yeah, I need to put my stuff up. Also recently, I've been learning about people and myself, how I want to live and react to others, and learning how some people are. Yes. That could be an interesting thing to learn. Some people may what about it showing it. Yeah, like you know, I think a big thing that a lot of people, it's good for people to learn, is that there are a lot of differences in how people perceive things, and in a lot of ways it's kind of like the idea behind like the philosophy of like Stoicism. Which is not, I know a lot of people are like, oh, someone who is stoic it's basically just repressing your emotions. It's more deciding when and how to react to things. Now, I'm not someone who's like, oh, I'm a practitioner of you know, Stoicism, where I think everyone should do this, or I think this is the right way to see the world. It's just interesting. Because that is like I think a key point that is true about Stoicism, that you can pull into other aspects of life without, you know, fully going to everything, which is the crux of the idea, which is you cannot control the things that happen in your life or to you, but you can control the way that you interpret and interact with these things. So you can be like, oh, like, you know, not everyone is going to accept me. Like, this is a truth, but I can choose to be accepting to other people, so that I'm not one of those people. Or I can choose to, I need to go grab fertilizer. Or I can choose to be, you know, particularly kind or anything like that. There are a lot of things you can do.
Entering core AIC area.
Also, I've been standing on a log post. It's nice. I end up feeling like I'm top of the world, what some would call. Oh, okay, yeah. That's funny. Reminds me of the, what is it? It's the image of the cat that's, like, standing on top of, like, the, light fixture, like a lamp, not a lamp post. I'm trying to remember. It's like it's a pole, and it's like there's also a version of it with a bird, but regardless, it's literally just them, and it's full hubris. It's like, oh, I see no god up here other than me. It's like, it's just really funny to imagine an animal having that kind of like edgy thought, because you do look at something like cats, for example, and you're like, oh, these are arrogance, the animal. Like, they truly believe that there is nothing superior to them, and it's endearing for some reason. It's like, why do I find this entertaining? Is something wrong with me, or something wrong with the world? Pumpkin's weird, because he's not a particularly arrogant cat. He's a very affectionate cat. He almost kind of behaves like a dog, as someone who has owned a lot of dogs. He's like if you gave a dog the ability to climb, which is both amazing and terrible. Because most dogs, you know, obviously, they can climb to an extent, but they can't, like, scale the side of a bookshelf. The one key difference, your boy Pumpkin, he's not big on the people food, so that's a positive at least.
Entering core AIC area.
Oh. Okay. I need to make sure I don't accidentally go over my Farium amount, because that'll clog up my whole factory. Okay, we're actually good for another, like, few days. Possibly.
Insufficient power output.
Yeah, you do that every 30 seconds. Hey, I was doom scrolling TikTok. I don't know if you're ignoring or not, but it seems like you're not responding. Thought I'd let you know. If you are typing, wait. Oh, it wasn't updating. Okay. I was saying, like, why is no one talking on the clock app? I don't combine my chat into. So here, let me just go down the full list real quick. Are you not farming those rare growths? Not always. Let me see. No worries. Yes, we vibe. Let me go through these real quick. So people talking about the time. I was not farming rare growths, so I'm just chilling. Is Yvonne your main / favorite? At the moment, yes. I assume you also like National Geographic? Yes, this is true. I don't combine all my chats into one window because the clock app does not allow you to do that. So I can literally combine every other channel I stream on into one window, but the clock app has to be different, and also the clock app's window is laggy as all hell. So that's why it's separated, and that's why, for example, right now, I legitimately thought no one was talking over on the clock app, and was like, interesting. I guess people are chill, they're just watching. And then in reality, I had to refresh it, and then it uploaded again. The others following you are your character too? Yes. Hiking is a godsend. Hiking is cool when you don't live somewhere really swampy and humid, which is where I live. So hiking is not cool here in most places. There are some places where you can hike kind of fine though. This game similar to Zenless Zone Zero? No. Not even close. Other than the fact that they're a gacha. Best Waterlamp Farm is by the 3 rare resources in the Wuling city map. Okay, I think I get where it is. Brain chemistry. She doesn't even want to be called Surtur, or however it's spelled. Yeah, like, that's why I call her Lavatane, because of that. Slowly making my way through. South of Wuling, 3 rare resources. What game is this? Arknights Endfield. For some reason, this game became so boring to me. I mean, to each their own. You can always come back when there's more story. Right? Shameless plug. Where can we find you elsewhere? And what benefits you best? What do you mean by what benefits me best? Like, in terms of you watching, probably YouTube, I think. I said the name, which is forbidden knowledge on the other apps, but it's fine. But yeah. I guess that one would technically benefit me most? I don't really know. I don't really get much of anything from ads on any of the platforms, if I'm being completely honest with you. I guess if you have a Prime, then the purple app is great. Feel free to use your Primes.
But yeah, in terms of just watch time, I mean, the clock app doesn't really give anything, but I also don't really get much from the others anyway. The way you would find me is in my bio, in my description, or anything like that. I have a card link that basically links all my social media into one thing. So it's got like Discord, Clock app, Red app, Purple app. It has the Bird app. What do you call it? The other one, the Zuckerberg one. All that stuff. Have you ever had a run-in with an Alidile or a Crocgator? If you're talking about like a mix between the two, no, I don't even know if that's possible. But I've ran into crocodiles and alligators, yes. I've had to pull alligators out of my yard. Or assist in pulling them out of yards. Because they will, if your grass gets too long, they'll just be chilling there and you can't mow your grass. Hi, Abdullah. Welcome in. Yes, and thank you for telling me, by the way, Peggy. So, 3 rare resources is down here. South of Wuling. Wild croc appeared. Dinner. Ooh. Does it taste good? No. Not in my opinion. It's kind of like chicken, but also a bit more like gamey, I guess. So, in my opinion, it doesn't taste good. Oh, there you are.
Who's the wise guy looking for fight?
I wish you the...
Stick together, people.
How deep would you do it all the way? 1.2 live stream when? I believe the title mission's announced.
One more shot.
They announced it for April 11th at 6:30 EST, like 6:30 a.m. EST.
No
So,
that was a satisfying
however that
fight.
translates for you. I might stream it, but that's very early for me. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, there's one more water lamp here.
He who
No worries,
suffers
hope you have a
today
great
is
rest of your
not
day.
among
Power
us.
shot! And I was hoping you'd
Huh?
say that.
I also hope you have a great rest of your day. Are you going somewhere? Or did you think I'm going somewhere? Because I was talking about on Saturday, which is the day of the stream. I was saying I don't know if I'm going to stream the live stream for the new update, since it's going to release very early. I'm heading out. I don't usually announce though, lol. Understandable. Have a great day. It's 6:30, way too early to wake up on a Saturday for a dev stream. Absolutely. Will I be up anyway? Yes. Yeah, I mean, at least for me. I don't think it's like a... I'll be real with y'all. I usually get up at like 7 anyway. Irish Goodbye is my go-to. I see. Okay. Well, regardless, hope you have a good time. With whatever plans you have for the day. But enjoy your day. You as well. Let me make sure. Genie Valley, most southeast parts of the map also have lots of water lamps. Well, what it can be. It's the luck. Oh yeah, I think I remember. They're all over here, aren't they? It's all over by this. This is what it was. So I think I went to the wrong area. At least I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I thought I went to the wrong area. Because I remember by a shrine there was water lamps. But maybe not. Maybe it was these guys. Are you sure it's south? Southeast, it's over here. Don't worry, it's fine. I can remember my east and west, guys. Don't worry about it. Are there any way to skip character tutorials? No. Not if you want the rewards. They must be done.
Hey.
Furnace Hill. Oh, Birdo Snout Hill. Broken Heart. I mean, just play through it. They're really quick, I assure you. They're faster than the factory ones.
Hey.
And they actually are helpful because they explain the entire kit of the character. So, you might not be too displeased if you actually play through them a little bit. There, I found them. Thank you very much for pointing me in the right direction, gamer. Never mind.
Gotcha. Let's go for the cheap. Now, 新疆话. Ah, yeah.
prayers have been answered.
Now that's what
Pick
I
this
like
up.
to hear.
This character looks like one from Lula. What character from Lula?
Rising the top. This is my turn. One more shot.
I'm curious.
Gotcha. We'll end this fight easily.
I wish you could offer my computer.
All shall mend. Who's the wise guy looking for a fight? And I was hoping you'd say that.
I didn't get anything from any of those. Unfortunate. Play the game every day, but I don't know why I don't have the energy for tutorials. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just think about the rewards, right? Like, I mean, first of all, look at the combat drill. I already completed it, but like you get like 100 ore barrel, which is nice. You get a crown, you get a bunch of other stuff. Then for the training, you get 20 ore barrel each, which isn't a lot, but with the fact that each one of them takes like 30 seconds to do. 2k T creds, 20 ore barrel, and then you do that 20 times. It's like, okay, cool. It was kind of like Lupa. I don't think so. Is personally. Maybe it's because they both have kind of sharp faces? This one is pink and bigger. It might be the sharp facial features that you're thinking of. Or maybe it's the amount that her hair moves around. But I think Lupa looks notably different. It might be the hairstyle as well, because I think doesn't... Yeah. Lupa has a similar... No, it's not nearly as long, but she does have a similar hairstyle.
Is not among us.
And I was hoping you'd say
There's a text above the thumbs up showing
I would like to get
that
years
password
some
dispute.
serious skills. You're really
Huh?
good at this.
What do you mean, is the text above the thumbs up? That text above the thumbs up showing that past one disappeared. I don't know what that means. Did a few character tutorials in Woo and realized how different all the characters are? Yes. Drop rate is surprisingly rare, yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hair and white pants. I suppose so. They both have white pants, and they do in fact have hair. I know you meant like they have similar hair, but it's still funny. Oh, more water lamps. Nice.
That's he. Time will change. Opening spotted.
My prayer has ended.
Damn!
Now that was a satisfying fight.
I've gotten a single one from this whole zone. I play Woo a lot, and even I have S5, C1. Is that Cardathea? That you're saying? Free to play too? Gotcha. I don't have any particular special, like, I don't know, like, I don't think I have any potential stuff. I think I have two teams. One is Carlotta, the painter girl, and Verena, I think. And then I have another team which is Cardathea, Shakona, and Rover. Wearing white pants in this world is for sure a choice. I can't imagine the dry cleaning bill. Yeah, I don't think you understand that this girl has so much money. I'm pretty sure she also has all she puts all of it under equipment, and it's all a tax write-off anyway. So she's never going to worry about any of this. Fashion is above all else for her. Carlotta is peak. Yeah, I like Carlotta. She's the character I played with the most until I got Cardathea, but I really, really liked Cardathea as well, and so I think she's cool. Have you noticed the water physics when a character gets wet? It's really detailed. Yeah, it's cool. Especially with rain. Like, you can't really see it on Yvonne, but if I go to a place I don't remember if there's places where it's constantly raining. Can you see if you jump in the water, I wonder? Yeah, you can't. So if it's raining, though, you can see, like, rain physics and stuff. It's cool. I like it most on the characters with armor. I saw someone do it with Ember, for example. And the way it looks on the gear is so sick. Or, like, I think Fluorite, too, because she's wearing, like, a lightweight... It's not spandex. It's like a very lightweight, form-fitting piece of armor, but you can see, like, the individual plates and stuff, and it's sick. Also, what I was talking about earlier was, did you see something I typed about predetermination? It genuinely might not be showing up on your end. It might not have, because the last message I had was Utah asking me if I'd ever run into an Aladile or a Crocagator, and then the thumbs up with the melting face. So... Oh, and then, would you ever want the ability to make clones? I'd use them for work. I'd have 7 jobs. I'm not sure if I'd ever want to make clones, because I have a feeling that I know myself as an individual. If I, as an individual, realize I'm a clone, I am not going to obediently do work for myself. I'm not benevolent enough to do that. I'm going to want to do one of 2 things. I'm either going to want to go and live my own life, or I'm going to try to take the place of the real me. I am fully aware of that. If a clone of me ever exists, there can only be one. Unless that we can put enough distance between us to live individual lives in other parts of the world, there can only be one. So I don't think I'd ever make clones of myself. Because that would, legitimately a clone to myself would be the greatest threat to my way of life and well-being. If they're in any close proximity to me whatsoever. My crush was... Melia? Oh, that's the Havoc girlie. I want Frolova. I don't remember the next time she's gonna be rerunning, though. Highlander rules? I don't know much about Highlander. I won't fight. Fair enough. Yeah, at least for me, right? It's like, if I realize I'm a clone, I'm gonna want my life, right? I'm gonna want to no longer be the clone. Because realistically, there is no difference. If we're talking true clones, this isn't like a simulacrum where it's like, oh, they're like weaker than you, and it's a lesser version of you that doesn't invoke the same like existence that you are. Like, they're more limited, right? They will eventually just die out. We're talking about a true clone where there is no discernible difference between me and this individual other than the fact that I believe I created them. Which memories are fickle things. I would, definitely not want to engage with that at all. The second I realize I'm a clone, I'm losing my shit, so. As in, the clones disappear after the task, Naruto style. More full existential style. But hey, it's a really brain puzzle, so I'm all for it. I mean, if it's the case of, it's like a shadow clone thing, I don't know how much work Naruto can do with that. I don't remember. Can he send them to work like day jobs? So you view yourself as more of a reconveners rather than a clone. Well, no, it's a clone. I'm not telling you, oh, as a clone, I wouldn't go, oh, I'm a different person with the same memories. I would go, oh, if I'm a clone, I want to become the real person. Do you plan to pull for any character in Honkai Star Rail? Not off the top of my head. I haven't been like super. I think I wanted to get Firefly at one point.
Hey.
But yeah, in terms of like the clone stuff, if I think I'm a clone, I want to become the real me. which means I want to replace the real me, which means I have to get rid of the real me. Does that make sense? That is why I wouldn't want to create clones of myself. Because I'm fully aware that I'm not benevolent enough to be like, oh, well, I'm not the real one. I should just go and live my life somewhere. Or I should just, you know, be a servant and live in perpetual work and sleep and work and sleep. I also think that would be cruel. If it's, you know, even if it's a clone of yourself, even if you're a benevolent enough person to agree with it, then, you know, there's all that. He just has insane control over his clone jutsus. That's another thing. Naruto's shadow clone jutsu is also, it's not like it's a different person doing it. He just splits himself up. So he's still working. You know what I mean? Like, he has more hands to work with, but he can only do that because he can spread his concentration like that. Like in 4.2, there's Silver Wolf level at 999. I wasn't, if I'm being completely honest. I thought Sparksy looked cute, but like, in terms of the actual, I don't know. It's so rough because in Honkai, characters get phased out so much, and they get like, power crept so hard that I genuinely don't feel motivation to pull characters because I play the game so infrequently. And the reason I play the game so infrequently is because I played the game, stopped playing it for a bit, came back, and like all the characters I had pulled for that I'd felt were really good, then like, you know, there'd be that. They'd be power crept. Oh my gosh, you're right, they basically would be slaves. Yeah, even if they're willing. Even if they're willing to do that, they'd just be willing slaves. And I think that would be like just a cruel thing to do to any individual with consciousness. Even if they agreed to it. If one of his clones gets hit, it still does damage to him. Yeah. Yeah, like, Naruto's clones are almost more like a... It's almost like a more like a mirror image kind of thing. Or splitting himself apart. Let me think to myself real quick. Well, I say think to myself. More like, let me look. I can't access it from here, I don't think. I guess that's the reason why these are so... I don't need so many of these. Playing Arknights and moving now, and I'll probably check out NTE, but that's as much as I'll do. The wallet is starting to hurt. I play free-to-play, so for me it's more like the time is starting to hurt. And I'm only playing Enfield at the moment, but the thing with Enfield is, when the new patch comes out, I can do like all the new patch stuff, and then rock with some NTE after. There's this one episode where his clones retaliated and tied him up. Well, yeah, because the clones are all pieces of him. I don't think it's like he controls them. I think it's like it actually is him. Like he just splits his consciousness up, which isn't discernibly different from just doing the thing yourself and multitasking. At least to me. Am I stupid? He's the ponderer. He is pondering. By the way, what do you think is the most underrated superpower? No idea. I think most of a lot of people consider... So there's some things to know. For example, the most powerful superpower, period, is very, very simple. Anything related to space-time. This means anything related to time and space, because they are effectively the same thing. In a non-mystical reality, right? Where the world is not, the rules of the world have not changed. If you're talking about a superpower within our world, I'm almost like 100% certain that the most powerful thing you could possibly wield is space-time. This means any relevant, like, matter of it. because you are going to have an extreme amount of control over something that is considered pretty much untouchable by humans, right? Another thing, the creation of fire or the creation of ice are technically also the same thing, because you can never, it's just controlling thermal energy, and you can't necessarily create ice power or create firepower. It's basically just the ability to increase and reduce the amount of thermal energy in an area or in something, or you're using like friction to create flames, like that kind of thing, right? You're creating energy or removing energy, which would also be an extremely powerful ability. Most of these powers are like more magical in nature than being like a proper superpower. So like, I don't know, in my brain, when I think of a superpower that's underrated, I'm pretty sure every underrated superpower is actually properly rated, and it's just you personally haven't thought of it in the ways that it's useful yet. Whenever I think of a time stop, you would destroy the Earth, frozen time, infinite friction. Well, so a time stop is not actually a time stop. A time stop is you moving so quickly that time seems to have stopped. Which, of course, is effectively the same as teleportation. It's the same thing. All a time stop is you doing that. Now, there is the element of interacting with other people during a time stop. This is where I'm talking about like actual magic. Because if you were to interact with another person during a time stop, they wouldn't suddenly necessarily join you and interact in the same way as you, because they can't perceive the time the way that you do. Unless your ability somehow necessitates this, right? You would also almost assuredly completely annihilate them upon interacting with them in any way. Like, getting interacted with something that is moving so quickly that time seems to have frozen, or light is frozen, or, you know, like, however you want to interpret that specific aspect, there's that. You also would be blind. Well, depending. Because obviously we don't know how it would actually work, but I've seen some thoughts that you might end up blind while doing it, just because if light is stopped, right? Then you can't absorb it, but also there's some ways where it's like, oh, well, the light is still there, you're just moving through, and it's like, you know, it probably depends. It probably depends. I want electric power, the power to control electricity and the charges. So you'd basically, if I recall, you'd basically be controlling like electrons, I guess, depending on how fine of control you would have. If we're talking magical superpowers, though, right? In terms of just a personal favorite that I think people tend to underrate, a lot of people tend to go, oh, well, why would you ever want a superpower that's related to just doing a thing, when you could just instead, or, what's the right word? I'm trying to think of a proper word for this. I disagree that teleport equals time stop. Teleport is like a wormhole right from A to B. Time stop, you still have to move through space between. How's the wormhole made, though? So you seem to misunderstand something. Space-time is one thing. Space and time are the same. Time doesn't exist. Time is a human construct used to measure the amount of time it takes for something to pass. So you creating a wormhole is you warping time and space. It's not you only warping space. Also, creating a wormhole is not teleporting. Creating a wormhole is creating a wormhole that anyone can pass through. That's creating portals. Those are two different things. Teleportation is the movement of your own body instantaneously. What about matter manipulation? What about matter are you manipulating, though? Matter manipulation covers so many things because matter covers so many things. Everything is matter. Everything that isn't antimatter is matter. And antimatter isn't even really a thing. So, like what do you mean specifically by what about matter manipulation? You're basically like, ah, yes, what about becoming a deity? What about everything? What about all powers? It's like, oh, I want to manipulate matter. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. How? Antimatter? Yes, antimatter is just considering, like, the idea of the lack of. It has to matter a little bit, man. Okay. Yeah, it's basically, it is, because that's the thing. Antimatter is matter. Even though it's called antimatter. So it's like, you know, if you go magic instead of science, I want the ability to hijack someone's mind would be OP in a fight. That would be OP in a lot of ways, and you'd also be very sketchy for wanting that superpower. I'm gonna be real with you. That's some sketchy stuff. I got Rossi, Rar, 18 pity. Let's go. Congratulations. Right, but think of a wall in teleportation. You go from one side of the wall to the other, and time stop, you essentially have to go over it or around, functionally the same but different paths. But how does your body get there? For the teleportation you're thinking of. You're thinking of passing through. So you have to think of how things are perceived. So teleportation and time stop in this situation is functionally the same thing. Why? Because from the perspective of anything that happens, you appearing on the wall and then appearing on the other side of the wall is going to happen in both those scenarios no matter what. No, antimatter is basically matter with the opposite charge. Well, that's what I mean. Antimatter is still matter. It's just made of antiparticles of the corresponding whatever like actual matter particles that there are. I'm not a super like huge on physics, so I might not use the fancy enough terms or theories and stuff. Hijacking someone's mind is one of the worst things magic would allow, not gonna lie. 100%, yeah. Hijacking someone's mind is why I genuinely would not want to live in a world with... It's this weird thing where I would love a world with magic, but also a world with all kinds of magic. It's like, ooh, that could be fucking wild. Arknights Endfield is the name of the game. If I can hijack someone's brain, yo, yeah, that's wild behavior. Invisibility, time stop, mind control. Wait, what are you just listing stuff?
I think the Endman's catching some rest. Long-distance hauls can get really tiring. Let's keep it down and give the Endman some quiet time to unwind.
I don't think a world of magic would be... I don't think it would be worse than our current one. What is happening? Just lots of conversations. I was just farming stuff in the game looking for, random stuff to fill my crafting manual. Speaking of which, I don't remember where this is. Telling the worm. Oh, actually. Let me go to Valley 4. The hub. Let's go down here. Yes, there's that. Aragon is the best magic system if I had a choice. Aragon does have a really cool magic system. I don't know if it's the best, but it's really cool. I like it. I like how the words of magic work, and like how, you know, if you use them improperly, things could go very, very poorly. Also, just the whole idea of like dragon riders is sick.
He who suffers today is not among
I'm not
us.
too worried about this.
Gotta scare them just like that. Injection.
I feel like I have forgotten
He who suffers today
where a
is
certain
not
enemy
among
is.
us.
And I was hoping you'd say that.
Wasn't there a Nidworm somewhere around here? Is it here? No, these are
Who's the
all...
wise guy looking for a fight?
I wish you the best of fortune.
Love that the limitations are grounded in reality. I also love this. Where is the... I don't know the story. Do you meet Yvonne, by the way? You meet her at the, like, I don't know. It's like a midpoint, kind of. Kind of early, maybe? It depends on how you progress, but it could be early. It could be considered, like, more of a midpoint. I remember it being pretty early. But it took me longer to get through the second part of the game. Or the second part of the first chapter. I guess early in the game, yes. In Valley 4, I don't know if it's early. Might depend on how you consider it.
Who's the
Analyzing.
time for the tea? Opening spotted.
Your arts have opened my eyes. Logic yields to none.
Power
Hey, you got some mushrooms?
All shall men simmer down. Lets to flow.
How you're getting this mushroom?
Thanks to my
What?
brilliant command.
Verita.
I'm struggling to understand what you're asking me. Axe armor beast. Okay, I've got a few of these things before. It's okay, Peepaw sticks. Dementia starts early. I've heard. Runs in the family. It does, though. I am predisposed to dementia. Mushrooms are delicious. They are if they're made properly. If they're not made properly, I absolutely despise them. I think my favorite way to have mushrooms is in a, like a Salisbury steak gravy that I make.
Tweety Bomb looks so
He who's gathering data.
Pew! Opening spot. This was cut.
I probably could have done Gilberto's ult first and then done that. That's fine.
I offer my Veritas be with you.
That's my start of it. Simmer down. FYI, I'm also quite the
3 of
combat.
these, sick. I know where another one is. In a way, these bosses give like the easiest versions of this stuff. We're all mad down here, indeed. We all float down here.
He who gathering data. List subject violations.
Opening spotted.
My favorite way to have mushrooms is anything made with mushrooms.
My
Yep.
prayer has
Simmer
ended.
down.
Veritas.
Let us dance. Pew. One horse ready to blast. Let's get icy. Yeah. I pulled it off, right? Now that's what I like to hear.
Maybe it's because it's so limited. That might be the problem. Might not matter how many of them I find. Let me try to remember where one more is. No. Yeah, I don't remember. There's one over here. Hello, Luffy. Oh yeah, for my NTE gamers, Neverness to Everness gamers, there is a pre-launch event, I believe. It's like a little web event. I should probably make a short on it, because I know a fair amount of people in my community are actually also interested in that game. I mean, after all, it is gacha GTA. But yeah, I'll put something up on it. I made chicken and mushroom marsala for the first time, and it was amazing. Nice. Love to see it. Yes.
Entering core AIC area.
Why is this? Oh. Oh. Oh, I guess one of them already picked it up. That's why I didn't see it. Odd.
Hey.
Okay. Is birthing... What? Excuse me? Is birthing kinda evil well, not but very illogical? Huh? What are you talking about? How far are you in Endfield? I'm finished. I'm level 60. Yvonne, oh my gosh, yes. The girl. She's a vibe. What are the survival training thing? It's an event that's coming up. It seems like it'll probably be some kind of combat event or something. Or maybe it'll be survival puzzles. I don't know how it'd be a survival puzzles though. She's so cute, I want her so much, but Pug has my heart. Fair enough. What could you possibly need all that for? Need all what for?
Hey.
Hi, I also play Endfield. Nice. Someone is having a stroke. Somebody should check on him. Indeed. Hey, look, if you're talking about needing all that, and you're talking about my factory, I'm going to show you something fun. I'm going to show you something very fun. You ready to look at my Link factory? Scared?
I hope you're ready. I hope you are ready. Is Rossi on the banner right now? She is. She's on the banner for the next, like, week or so. There you go. This is the Wuling factory. Take you on a little tour. I lost a tangtang banner. Rip.
Hey.
So this is Arknight production. I've got 1 Forge of the Sky, 2 Forges of the Sky, 3 Forges of the Sky, 4 Forges of the Sky. I have gear production. It's off for right now, but it'll be on soon enough. And then we've got battery production right here. Here's the liquid for both battery production and Yazen syringes, of which I have the Yazen syringes here with the cuprium needed being created as well.
Entering core AIC area.
Here's the actual Yazen production on its own. And thank you for following over in the Reddit, Anthony. Then we have Farium. This is the Yasin Syringe C.
Alert. Insufficient power output.
And Sanai, that is a very individual question. One that I am not... I don't think I'm in a place where I could give you an answer to that. Or even any production, any like proper like insight. There's a lot of different reasons to do a lot of different things. And then here's another battery production. So much production. Oh my god, help. I can never understand those. Look, it is what it is. It's fine. It is understandable.
Hey.
Let me look at my Uprium. Specifically, Uprium parts. Okay, cool. We're good. We will remain good. Who do you main in Enfield? Yvonne. I have another team, which is...
Hey, Frosty. Hi, Endman.
Yes. Oh my god, I would have guessed, but I had to make sure.
lovely
Yes,
today.
so technically, my favorite character in the game is really, really close. But technically, it's Fangy, at least right now. Yvonne is super close second, though, and she's my favorite character to play right now. I don't know how Fangy's gameplay will be either, though. My other team is a Lavatane team. I also really like Lavatane, but I like Yvonne more. I also like every team or every character in my Yvonne team as well, is the thing. Like, all these characters are fun personality-wise. For this, I like these characters, but I'm not quite as attached to, like, Akakuri, because I haven't met her in-game. Versus with this, I've met every single one of these characters. And then on top of that, there was something I ran into while playing with this team, which is Lavatane's explosions are huge and fiery and cool, but they're so huge and fiery and cool that I can't, at least this was prior to them changing the size of it, but I couldn't see the, I couldn't see the warnings for attacks, and so I was just unable to do that. I made Ardelian Wolfguard, but I invested in Wolfguard too much for me to finish up Ardelian. Honestly, fair. I think the only character I have fully invested is Yvonne.
Over here, Endman.
Like, she is legitimately completely maxed out.
Oh, I'm bringing quite a few things.
I even have 2 different kits for her. One that I used before getting her signature, which is this one. And then this one, which I started using after I got her signature. Because once I got her signature, her crit rate went up quite a bit, and I was able to go more for stats. Because she gains crit rate during her ult. So, there's that. I don't have any, like, potential or anything like that. So, this just stays as is. Oh, holy cow, that's commitment. Indeed. I maxed everything.
Contemplation.
The next closest is, I think, technically Tangtang. Because she has 2 crowns. But also no weapon. Just goes. Using Slab on Yvonne. Right now I am, because I got her signature, and I got enough etching on it to get a substantial crit rate increase. So now her crit rate nears 100% when she's using her ult. I think get us up to like 80-ish, which I think is, at least from what I saw, that's what people recommend as most of the cutoff. So that you're still consistently critting, but you're also doing a lot of damage from the high intellect. What's your most memorable game? So, This is dependent on a thing. It's probably Skyrim, just in the sense that I've played it so much. But in terms of for the time playing it, it'd be Outer Wilds for me. Which is an indie game that I highly recommend anyone to play. But don't look up anything about it before you play it. Just play it. It's a mystery game, and it's all about exploration. Why the Skyrim? Because Skyrim is just a game that I have a ton of hours in and really thoroughly enjoyed playing with and without mods. And so I just have a very strong memory of the game and a lot of fond memories of it. I have some of Oblivion as well, and I have a few of Morrowind, but I don't remember a lot of the time when I played Morrowind a lot. I'm so behind on signature weapons. I might get lucky and get tangtangs, but I doubt I'll get rossi's. I don't expect to get every signature. To be honest, if I don't get rossi, I mean, I'm not even worried about getting her soul, so. What's the name of the game again? I gotta write the name. Outer Wilds. Not Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds. It's a very, very fun game. I'm level 51. I have no idea why I would need a factory that big. Like, don't get me wrong, it's really impressive, but what are you even producing besides gear and plants? You're producing a bunch of stuff to sell for money. This. I can make batteries and medicine to sell for money. And then I get the money, and I go to stock redistribution, and then I buy artifice and catalysts. I heard mystery and want to try it out now. Yeah, it's very mystery exploration. Open your mind to it. Be curious. Oh, okay, thank you. Yes. This is everything I produce. So I produce gear. I produce meds, both for my own usage and for selling. I produce batteries, both for my own usage and for selling. Gironite is just a necessary component for all of these. And then I keep track of my Originium and Ferium so that I don't ever bottom out. Because I switch between overusing and underusing. How nice of the game to make players do both economics and engineering at the same time. It's fun. I'm done with the Valley 4 chest. Let's go. Apparently Tangtang and Rossi can use the battle class weapons, so I'm thinking of saving for Fengi's signature. Yeah, probably a good idea. That is probably a good idea. Brain to work. My tiredness is starting to catch up to me, gamers. I did mention in the Discord for those who are there. I'm still not feeling quite great. I think it's something different this time, but it's nothing that affects my voice. So I should be able to still work on like covering like an NT video. I just need to take time to rest quite a bit. So I will be probably ending soon. What teams is Rossi in? Any idea? It's usually a physical team with one heat unit to generate heat for Rossi, if I'm remembering correctly. I saw a lot of people using like Akakuri. Only have one pull left for pity on Tangtang's weapon though, so sunk cost fallacy and all. Oh, definitely. Yeah, sunk cost fallacy type deal. This game runs on phone, well optimized. Nice. Pumpkins are also meowing for food. So, I will take this opportunity, gamers. Use you an example rotation for Yvonne with the team you have? Sure, I could do that. Isn't Wolfgang, isn't Wolfguard good with Rossi? Probably, yeah, because he generates a lot of heat too. So, let's say you're using this team, right? You would want to apply Jaihe's thing before combat starts. And then at the very least, as far as I'm aware, it kind of depends on whether you have everything available or not. Because if you have everything available and you're like, all right, let's go for the best possible rotation with all of my, what's the right word? With all my stuff available, then you can have this pre-applied, use it, then use the battle skill, then use Yvonne's battle skill, and then you would use Jaihe's ultimate, which I don't have up, and then you would combo, because you'd have Tangtang's combo at that point. Yvonne's final strike would trigger Jaihe's battle skill, unless you took damage. But it would also trigger it on that. And then Gilberto's combo would activate, Yvonne's combo would activate, then you Tangtang ultimate, dive attack, which does extra damage with Tangtang's ultimate, and then use Yvonne's ultimate and Gilberto's ultimate. I can kind of show you. Here, let me pull up a thing real quick before I... let me see. Yeah, probably you.
I stand here awake, as though...
Jaihe versus Ardelia, which one's better for heal support? Depends on what units you're using. Jaihe isn't used for healing. Jaihe is used for cryo amplification, nature amplification, and arts susceptibility, I think. Or arts amp? I think it's arts amp. So you would pre-apply this, which I don't have the opportunity to properly pre-apply it, but here, I can give you a better idea. So, I kind of scuff it on this guy because of just the way that he behaves. Technically, if I remember correctly, you can like walk around him and do whatever. And then set all your stuff up in his blind spot, which is kind of funny. You would ideally hit that unless you're an idiot like me. Oh my gosh. I'm doing so bad at showing you how this works. Either way, you could apply Jaihe's little thing here, right?
Sweetie Bomb looks a little nervous. That one's probably a naughty big bad. We'll end this ghost. No, this is my turn. I'm scared of just like that. Simmer down. Power shot. Ready to blast. Perfect. Let's get
List subject violation.
awesome. One more shot.
Offer my
All shall melt. Hey, got you in sight.
You're great, doing great, lad. Don't worry.
Fireworks for you. One more shot. Energize. Go, Froggy. Might of the wind.
It stopped me midway through, but that is effectively the
analyzing.
Also, just so y'all know, that can be dodged. I wasn't aware that it could be dodged beforehand, but it can. But yeah. So that's basically that's the vibe. If you're going in with full ult, you want to do that. Cast Jaihe's battle skill, then wait for your skill point to recharge, then Tangtang battle skill, then Yvonne battle skill immediately after. Use your Jaihe ultimate, which I think I accidentally mixed up when I used her ult, but it's fine. By the way, does it matter what character you use for basic attacks when multiple can start the combo? You just want to use your main DPS for basic attacks because they're gonna have the highest damage. I don't know what specifically you mean by that. Ardelia is one of the best straight healers. Okay. Last combos in this game are so simple, yet so complicated. This is true. But yeah, like, the order of the characters matters for combos.
Data sync complete.
The
I'm
further
ready
to the
go
left they are,
anytime.
like the earlier they are, the more priority they have. So, for example, let's say every character here triggers a combo at the same time. Yvonne will show up first, then Jaihe's, then Tangtang's, then Gilberto's. But yes. Alright, gamers. Like I said before, I'm gonna chill. And so, I thank you all for being here. Pumpkin also wants either cuddles or food or something in between. And he won't stop yelling at me for it. So, I must attend to him as well. But yes, gamers. My team can start the combo with Perlica, Abby, and Best Girl, or Light, doesn't matter which I use. I don't know, because I don't really know if you have a main TPS in that team. If you're farming materials for skill masters, it's better to fight the monster or fight the enemy in prolo space. I don't think there's a difference. But maybe there is. You'd have to look that up, I wouldn't know. But yes, gamers. I keep trying to outro and then I get distracted. But yes, alright gamers. Everyone, have a great day. All that good stuff. Have a nice time, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. But yeah. Bye, gamers.